Ladies who question, and damn it, this is the episode. You've tuned into the anniversary, celebration of our 100th podcast, right?
Woo! I can't even believe it. Where did the time go?
And I didn't even realize it. You didn't realize it, but tell me what you told me when you walked in today.
Okay. So I'm in sales and I was downtown Chicago at a customer's. I usually don't tell my customers about my podcast, but
Are you ashamed of us?
no, if
I
it comes
know.
up casually and
I know.
this customer I know pretty well.
Yeah.
And we always ask about our families and this and that. And he said, "Oh, so what are you doing tonight?" And I said, "Well, I'm going to go home and do my podcast." And he goes, "Oh, what's your podcast?" Ladies Who Question. So he immediately takes his phone and looks us up. And he goes, "Oh my God, you've already done 99 podcasts. Tonight's your 100th?" And I go, "Oh my God, let me see that." So then I took his phone away and I looked and I go, "Oh, wow. That is so cool. I can't wait to do the podcast tonight because we need to celebrate."
Well, we are celebrating. You brought a nice bottle of Sancerre.
Okay.
Very nice, and thank you for that. But when
You're
you
welcome.
walked through and you brandished the bottle of wine, I thought, wait, I thought we weren't drinking during these anymore. And then you told me the news. I was stunned. How come we don't keep track of that?
Don't know.
Are we just too busy with everything else in our life?
I guess so.
Lives,
It's like life happens. And then it's like, oh, wow. So that was really fun.
Oh,
It was just a fluke. And then we get to celebrate and tell our listeners we're 100 topics plus. I mean, think about it, like
Oh my-
probably 500
more
topics.
yeah, more topics than that. Yeah.
Wow.
But 100 podcasts.
Yes.
That's a milestone.
It is.
Okay,
It is.
cool. Well, anyway,
Okay.
so thank you for listening, and you tuned into the right one. God, we have a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. First of all, I'd like to talk about this Netflix show that I've been seeing advertised. I don't get Netflix. I'm not going to watch the show because it's very disturbing for me. And as I said, I don't get Netflix. But it's getting so much coverage and press, and for a good reason. It's an important topic. The show, it's 4-hour-long episodes. It's called Adolescence.
Okay.
And you had not heard of this because
No,
I kind of asked you a little bit. Okay. It's fiction, but it's based on reality. So this actually hasn't really happened as far as we know, but this particular it examines the violently misogynistic streak that some boys not only have, but is gaining traction with young boys and young men. The negging, which I just read about, and it's interesting. That's when, and this has happened, I know to me, men will come up and they'll try to throw you off balance if they're trying to pick you up, get to know you. And it's a really twisted thing.
You mean physically off balance or
No,
mentally off?
mentally,
Okay.
emotionally, to make you insecure because that gives them the upper hand. They'll come up and say something like, "God, you have great hair, Beat. Is it real?" Like, or same with your nails. And if you're like, "What?" But this is sort of their awkward entree. And generally this is men who are either trying to, as I said earlier, gain the upper hand, throw you off balance because they don't really have game on their own,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe, and they're obviously not charming and they're obviously manipulative.
Yeah.
I think that's not very nice, right?
No.
And they'll try to get you to feel insecure so that you're more manipulable, It's
Okay.
much. Anyway, so this is something, and this goes back a long time, but I did notice this when I was really sort of more out there, and being out, and that would happen. And I'd think, first of all, in my mind, God, this guy's an ass, to myself. And I would kind of catch on and think, what are you doing? And then I started noticing it when he would do it to maybe people I was with or the women I was with. And then I sort of thought, that's a game. It's a game.
Oh.
But this is about this kid, Jamie, the story.
Okay.
But it could be anybody. Bullied in school, 12-ish, approaching, adolescence.
Mm-hmm.
And because he is attracted to girls, but he doesn't know what to do, awkward. He's bullied, kind of an awkward child.
Oh, okay.
But even if he weren't, it's kind of like he just doesn't have game. Who has game at 12? I mean, you know what I
Right.
mean? Like, I know people now who don't have game. You know, I wouldn't
Right.
say I have game, but then again, I don't go and try
I know.
to pick people up. So they turn to people like Andrew Tate. That's come up in one of our podcasts. The Tate brothers, Andrew Tate,
Mm-hmm.
who actively sort of peddle this kind of mentality and how
Very
you
manipulative.
yeah, and cruel and
Mm-hmm.
violent,
Yeah.
really, and extremely misogynistic. So what this child does, he asks a girl out after a topless photo of her thrown around. He figures, oh, she's really easy. I could probably, make time with her. Make time. Oh my
Oh my
God, that's so
God. I know
1960s.
it is.
Anyway, it's so Gidget, making
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Anyway, so he figures, oh, she's easy. She'll be an easy mark because obviously, well, she didn't ask for this photo to be tossed around,
Right.
and sent around to different people. So he asks her, hey, you want to go to the dance or whatever, or approaches. She turns him down and mocks him, on Instagram.
Oh.
Okay, and this is British, by the way. This is from the UK.
Oh, okay.
And he strikes back eventually after a long, it goes on and on and on, but eventually this child stabs this girl to death. So, yeah, it's, they're examining the manosphere in this show. And I think I'm bringing this up not because it's happy, not because it's like, oh, yay, let's talk about this, but I think it's important. There are a lot of people who have young boys, young men in their lives,
Yep.
or just men, and they're buying into this manosphere and this attitude, and it's obviously very dangerous.
It's extremely triggering to them when they've been bullied, and it's how they release they're trying to prove themselves in one way or another,
right?
but their life is over.
Well,
Ish.
this
I mean, who knows
fictional child.
Oh,
is,
it's
yeah.
fictional.
Oh, it's based, but it's
okay,
based
that's
kind of
right.
on real events, but there's nobody named, but it's
Okay.
it's this has happened in some cases, but there's nothing particular in this, this show.
Right. Okay.
But it's
Oh, I see. Okay.
yeah.
Oh, how awful.
I mean, right?
It's almost, I don't want young men to watch this show, young boys, because I don't,
yeah.
they get so much, they're influenced so easily by media and Instagram and TV and, oh, it was on TV. And then there's a trend.
This
I'm
is
so
the focus
glad
for.
that you're talking about this
Yeah.
because I don't think they should have a show like this.
Well, I think
Or
that it's
should they? Just to help us understand things.
well, I think it's a cautionary and informative kind of show for moms and dads
okay.
who want to
Yes.
be aware about what's going on with social media, what's going on behind the scenes with these influencers, these
Right.
misogynistic influencers. And so I think
Yes.
it's important. So anyway, from celebration to this, but I find this so important. I just wanted to make sure that it got out there. Okay?
Yeah.
Is that all right?
Oh, no, it's fine.
Okay.
And actually, well, it brings me to the story on Wednesday.
Wednesday?
Wednesday, there was a awful stabbing of a young man at a track meet in Texas.
I don't know anything about
Okay,
this.
so it's made very big news in the last couple days. There was a track meet in Texas, and there was twin brothers, and there was somebody from the other team sitting in a seat that one of the twin brothers, it was supposedly his seat. So he says, "Oh, that's my seat. Can you move?" And the kid, there was a little bit of rustling, but not much. And the kid that was sitting in a seat stood up, stabbed him right in the heart, and he died. And he died in the arms of his brother. His brother was standing, his
God.
twin brother. And it's all over the news. And the father came out on Thursday and did a press conference, the father of the deceased son, and said, "I just want to know how this poor child was raised." And he really wasn't blaming him. And he said, "I forgive him because I don't know how he was raised." And it was, but when you said stabbing, and I just,
that
I
was
saw
top
that.
of mind. Yeah.
I saw this story on several of the major networks, and it was so sad.
Well, I have to say that that bears investigation.
Right.
What happened to this child where this would happen? What exposure has this child had to everything? How is he being treated by his family? How is he, what is he being exposed to online, on TV? It all matters.
What drove him to just stab this guy?
Yeah.
And he was getting a couple football scholarships from some smaller schools. He wasn't a loner. He wasn't bullied. So that's about all I know about the case, but it's everywhere. You can Google it. And
so it's impulse control. I just decided to
impulse
do
control.
this. So
Yeah,
there's something.
and a lot of times they do it and they don't have remorse. They're just kind of blank inside and hollow. And I don't know. I'm sure we'll hear about it weeks to come. But when you said the stabbing, I thought, oh gosh,
to have no remorse.
These kids have these anger issues or whatever is going through them, or breaks my heart.
I mean, a lack of remorse. How does that happen? You don't have a conscience to know right from wrong. So that goes very deep.
Do you think too much technology has to do with some of the? Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, of course, we're exposed to so much more that's going on with influencers, but I'm just saying, I almost feel like technology numbs people because you're not as social there. You're not communicating with people in person anymore. And it just creates more of a hard shell of nothing.
Right.
Versus having feelings and emotions and heartfelt thoughts. I don't know.
Well, because we become inured to violence and to and we don't see consequences being meted out either. So that's a big problem in all kinds of ways. So anyway, we're going to move on from that.
Okay, moving along here.
I have something else in media, but this is something that I'm going to go see. I'm going to go to the theater and I'm going to go see it, and I doubt that I'll find anybody who wants to go with me, and that's okay because it's a dog movie. I mean, it's about more than that, but it's.
Okay.
I saw this advertised, and I saw an interview. I forget where Bill Murray and Naomi Watts were on. It was probably some late night.
Which I love both of them.
Oh, I mean, they're both great.
Yeah.
The Friend is the name of the movie, and in short, this single woman, Naomi Watts. She is a good friend and former mentee of the character played by Bill Murray. And I don't remember I think it had something to do with literature, writing, or publication. I don't remember what that was, but he was her mentor. She was his mentee. And they were good friends and have been friends for like 20 years. Well, he dies without a plan for his dog. So he has not provided for his dog in his will or any kind of paperwork. So it's a Great Dane, and it's huge. This dog is so darling, and I hope that everybody doesn't go, oh, I want to get a Great Dane, because that'll ruin the breed, and then nobody understands Great Danes have a very special personality. That's just a side note. Anyway, this Great Dane, Apollo, she's not a dog person at all. She lives in a 500 square foot apartment in New York City.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and it's no dogs. Rent control. So she really, but she wants to stay there. But now she's got this dog after he's passed away. So it's deeper than that. It's really, from what I gathered of the reviews that I read and the summaries, it's a very cerebral and emotional film. So there are many different levels. It's not just girl gets dog, girl doesn't know what to do with dog. And she discovers more about who her friend / mentor was, and about his life, and the sort of plumbs the depths of that through finding out about the dog and other people and interactions. And Apollo the doggy apparently is just a heartbreaker, and he has so much expression. You know, some dogs just have more facial expression, emotional expression
yeah, almost
than others.
Human-like.
Yeah, and this dog already has kind of a sad face for a Great Dane, which is usually, the ones I've taken care of, they don't really have sad faces, but they're just kind of regal, But this one's got a sad face, and he's perfect for his part. And really, it got 3 out of 4 stars from Associated Press. I didn't have any other reviews, but it's getting really good press and really good notice.
It's nice to hear about a wholesome movie with no sex, violence, or crazy stuff, explosions.
Well, it didn't sound like there was. No.
Like, remember that movie with Jennifer Aniston?
Marley and Me.
Yes.
Oh, don't.
Oh my
Oh, God.
God.
Oh, I watched that
I
probably
remember
15 times.
we went to it, our whole entire family and in-laws. We were out in California for Christmas and we all went to it and we just sat there.
All
There was like
cried.
7 of us or 8 of us. It was so good. It was so, oh my
I
gosh.
know.
So it's kind of like that. I
Yeah.
mean, not exactly, but it was a great movie
Mm-hmm.
with no sex, violence, or crazy stuff.
No.
And it's like, oh my God, they made a great picture.
Yeah, it really was that was a wonderful movie.
Mhm.
And for me personally, whenever I watch that now, it's very bittersweet because basically that was my life with Harvey the Wonder Dog.
Yeah.
That was it. He was
He was.
incorrigible.
He was.
And then he got better, and then he got better, and then he was wonderful,
Mm-hmm.
and then I lost him. So it's kind of like I watched that and
Oh. Yeah. It's
I
pretty-
just have to turn it off before the very end. And now I
Oh.
know exactly where to turn it off.
Yeah, exactly. It's like,
But
off.
I don't know about this one, The Friend, but that's kind of that. Now you've got some fun stuff.
Well, this one isn't, it's not really fun, but
Well,
it's,
interesting.
I think it's interesting and I think it's good news.
Mhm.
You know that I am a crime junkie
Oh, yeah.
and I love my Friday nights with all the crime shows and Saturday nights. I mean, I'd much rather be sitting in bed watching Dateline 2020 and then 48 Hours on Saturday night. And everything's taped. So, because I fall asleep so early.
What's
So-
wrong with you?
Nothing. I'm obsessed.
I know.
So this past week, a week ago, there was, I would call it a Dateline potential story.
What does that mean?
Well, on Dateline, there's
Oh,
always
Dateline.
a murder. There's
Oh,
always
okay.
a murder.
Yeah.
And this was,
Like it has potential to be a Dateline
yes,
story.
it
Got
was this close, like from 99% close from being another murder. And the person lived.
Okay.
And it's so good. It's so juicy. I know it's going to be televised or something. And you might have heard this on the news this week. Man accused of trying to push wife off a cliff in Hawaii.
No.
Extreme jealousy accused her of affairs. A doctor and his wife they live in Hawaii,
Oh.
but they were over on a different island on Maui, I want to say. And they were taking a hike that was really treacherous. Like not very many hikers take it. He gets up to a cliff area and he wanted to take a photo. And his wife, plus him and his wife weren't really getting along. So there was some tension in the relationship. And she
There's
goes,
your
no.
first red flag.
Right.
Yeah.
And she goes, no, I don't want to get close to that cliff. No, it's not happening. Well, he got extremely upset and he started to bash her head with a rock 10 times. They're off in the bushes wrestling.
Oh my God.
He pulls out, he's an anesthesiologist, by the way. He pulls out 2 syringes and he's ready to stab her with one of the syringes. By the way, her head is like gushing blood. 2 female hikers come along and he takes off. So he's not able to put the syringe in her, but she's very injured. And they call 911 and she lives. And she's in the hospital. She's like my husband.
Oh
He
my.
tried to kill me. And if it wasn't for those 2 hikers, I would have been dead.
There should be a Dateline or
Yeah.
whatever you.
It
still
led
could
right
be.
up to a Dateline. And then she lived. And I'm like, yay, she lived. And so,
Oh my God! I hope he gets every bad thing happen to him. Oh, he's nice looking. Oh, she's very pretty.
yeah. And I mean, he's a murderer. I mean, he attempted murder.
Well, from what I see, what you show me on these shows or what the things these guys are kind of like slick a little bit, you know, kind of good looking. They kind of have it together and then they end up doing horrible things.
Right. So, as the story goes, the pair who married in 2018, they share 2 sons, a 2 and a 4-year-old. I mean, how could you be so ruthless to always to kill the mother of your children, regardless if you don't like your wife? Last weekend, it happened March 23rd. She said the 2 took a trip to Honolulu to celebrate their birthday, blah, blah, blah. And they were on a treacherous hike. Well, first of all, when your husband's like, let's take this route. And all of a sudden it's kind of like not really for unexperienced hikers.
Like if you were skiing, it would be a double X and says,
Right.
"Don't
And then let's go
here."
right to the edge of the cliff. Automatic, like you said, red flag.
Oh wow.
And then she said, I quickly realized he was seriously trying to make me fall off the cliff. And she said, he then reached for a syringe in his bag and tried to inject her with something. Oh, okay. There was the the rock on the head, and then she was still, squirming around. But thank God for the hikers, and I'm sure we'll see a lot going on. But she made it, and he's in jail, and I think his bond is really high. But
Well, that's a lovely story.
Well, it's not a lovely story, but it's kind of a good story because
it is a good story.
She wasn't a victim.
Well, yeah. I mean, I love that, and she can easily identify him, and he hopefully will have a living hell of a life.
And the poor kids have to think that daddy tried to kill mommy. Like, what the heck? Anyways, so that was kind of an interesting story because I like crime. And when I say to my husband, "Oh, I'm going up to watch my shows," he's like, "On how to murder me." That's what he says every time I go. Well, kind of.
Yeah.
Joke, laugh. Don't use this against me in the court of law. Evidence from the podcast.
Oh, great! I'll be subpoenaed.
Well, on a good note.
That wasn't good? Oh, okay.
Well, this is just
kind of juiced you, really.
This is just kind of happy news. I have 2 happy news stories that deal with the ocean.
Okay, happy news alert. Happy news alert.
Yeah.
We've segued.
Time out. Happy. Okay. That word is driving me crazy right now.
How?
I don't know. It's triggering because you know what? I opened my emails on Happy Wednesday, Happy Tuesday, Happy Thursday. I was in my Pilates class last night. And there was a man in the class, and he comes in, he goes, "Happy Thursday," and I'm like,
I'm going to stab you.
That's how I felt. I
said,
okay, happy. Let's not do happy anymore. Let's do TGIF, Friday, whatever. But
how about hello, hi?
I mean, why do we have to go Happy Thursday to all you women? I go, oh,
so
barf.
Is this happening on your company emails or friends or just everywhere?
No, mostly on emails because I'm feeling like people need to do an introduction before they say, "Hi, can I get a price on this?" or "Can I get the stock?" or whatever they're inquiring about.
Mm-hmm.
Happy Wednesday over the word happy. I think it's one of those like, we're not going to use that anymore this year.
Yeah.
Like, let's bail on it.
Well, like how in the 70s and the 80s, have a nice day. See, we both knew.
We did. But they still say it. Have a great... Oh, and I try to say when I'm sending an email at night, I'll go, "Have a lovely evening."
Mm-hmm. Well, it's
versus,
different.
"Have a nice day." Oh,
yeah.
Oh my God, smiley face. The Happy Face Killer.
Oh, no.
I've been watching that.
Oh, no.
Anyways, okay. Well, that's a whole different story.
Okay. My God, what is there something in the air?
Dennis Quaid's in it.
I know.
Oh, okay.
Remember, didn't we talk about that last time?
Yeah, I think we did. Okay. Never
I
mind.
mean,
done.
I mean, that's okay. I don't remember sometimes what we talk about.
I don't either. I think we did. Okay, here's a happy story. My 2 ocean stories. When I said happy, that triggered me.
Obviously.
I triggered myself.
You got really worked up.
I did.
Yeah.
Okay. This is a good story. It's about drones. So, in Spain,
Mm-hmm.
lifeguards are now using drones to save lives. And I'm thinking, how's that? Well, because guess what? The drone is carrying a life jacket or a round. What do you call those round things?
Like a
life preserver. Or no, life preserver.
Like the circle.
The circle thing.
Yeah.
So
you could put your body in it and put your arms
or
over
at least
the top.
you could have something to float you. Because I thought,
Exactly.
well, how's this? So I read the whole article, and so when they see somebody like drowning or they can't get there fast enough, or the drone.
Oh, they shoot the drone out there.
They have a drone pilot with the lifeguard at the lifeguard station. Boom. Boom. They shoot the drone out there. 3 minutes it takes, or a minute, or it doesn't take long at all. And they drop the life preserver. So at least by the time the lifeguard gets there, this person is now floating and they're not drowning. They have some flotation device. And I'm like, oh, that sounds great.
Well, it gets out there faster than the lifeguard can.
Oh,
because
for sure.
Who knows what the conditions are.
Well, if they have to swim
Yeah.
or if they have to get a jet ski somewhere that's maybe not at the beach.
Wow, that's a really good idea.
Isn't that a good idea? I think that should be everywhere.
So a positive use of technology.
Exactly.
All for it.
Totally cool. And I think they should have them everywhere. I mean, I can't imagine how much they cost. They're probably not terribly costly. And not everybody, but it probably won't take, a class or 2 to learn how to use the drone. I was just like happy about that.
Yeah.
Okay, that made me happy. And now we have somebody who just swam the English Channel. A blind woman just swam the English Channel.
I don't, how, of course, I mean.
Oh my God. Well, I'm sure they had boats and everything.
Wouldn't you think they'd have a guide somehow? But then again, did you ever see that movie Naiad?
Yes.
Yeah, and it's not like she's swimming in the dark. It's not like she knows exactly where she's going.
Well, they have boats that ride along.
Yeah.
And she's a 49-year-old paraplegic gold medalist. So she's a swimmer, and she swam the English Channel. Every time I hear about somebody swimming the English Channel, I think, oh my God, how cold.
Well,
How
yeah.
cold. And
They have to put blubber on themselves or wear a wetsuit probably or a dry suit.
She's not. I mean, maybe she put blubber on herself.
Gee, she's.
So that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, good for her.
Being
and
blind and up in age, 49.
49.
She's no spring chicken.
So those were my little happy stories.
I like those. Thanks. We needed a break.
Oh, and then cloud characters. Have you ever seen cloud characters?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
This is
this like a emoji thing or what?
Kinda, but like not really, but kinda. And I'm going to show you, and we'll post pictures because I thought it was kind of fun and clever, and it was like it just put a smile on my face for
Cloud characters.
Oh yeah, and I had one other one that's like 5 seconds.
Is it a meme? Is it a GIF?
No, these are clouds that they drew pictures of. You know when you look up at
who drew pictures of?
Oh, somebody on Instagram. I mean, they took the cloud and they
took the cloud and they put a face on it.
Yeah, and you know
is
when
that a wiener? Did one make a wiener?
I don't know. Is that what that is?
I don't know. It kind of looks like they did a wiener out of it.
I didn't mean to make this podcast X-rated.
Oh, this is funny. This is the dog one.
Isn't it cute?
Yeah, this is cute.
It just put a smile on my face. I go,
yeah.
Oh, yay.
Yeah.
Happy.
Yeah, that's.
And then here's another one.
You're showing me 6 different pictures. I don't know what you're.
Well, just they're all cloud.
Oh, I see. Oh, cute. Dog with sunglasses.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just.
Well, we'll post those, but we.
You know, when you look up at the clouds and you go, oh, wow, that looks like a whale.
Yeah. Yeah.
It makes you, I don't know. I get a good feeling inside when I see that stuff.
Yeah, I like things like that. I remember, how about that? What's that America song? Alligator lizards in the air. Ventura Highway.
Oh,
that's
okay.
It.
Well, Ventura.
I think
this is our Ventura Highway.
Yeah. What else you got? I've got something else.
Okay, go.
Okay. I forgot what it is now.
Okay.
Oh, this is information.
Oh, good.
This is very, very important. Oh, this is about the 23&Me, but I've got to find the page that
reminds me
I kept. Now you did the 23&Me, right?
I did. Yeah, tell me. Give me all the lowdown on that.
So it went into bankruptcy. So how that affects you. So if anybody listening has been, I don't know, has sent their DNA into 23&Me or anybody in your family, anybody you know, you have got to go in and delete it. And here's how you do it. Log into your account, go to settings. Under settings, go to the section titled 23&Me data. Select view. Then they're going to ask for your date of birth. In the next section, you're going to be asked which, if there is any, personal data that you would like to download from the company onto a personal, not a public computer. So don't go to the library and do this. Just even though they say they get rid of everything.
Right.
Anyway, once you're finished with that, scroll to the bottom and select permanently delete data. Okay, then after you do that, you should get an email from 23&Me and they will talk about, yes, your account's been deleted and request that you confirm what you just requested. Yes, I want my data deleted. And then once you confirm it, that you want it deleted, it'll begin automatically. And then you will immediately lose access to your account. All right. Now, if you want to know, did you know there was a 2023 breach? A breach of?
No.
Okay. Well, this is the one thing that.
Thank you, Lisa.
Here's how to find if your information has already been breached, which is 7 million people.
From 23&Me?
Uh-oh. This was in 2023. In 2023, there was a data breach for 23&Me. Got it?
Okay.
And stuff's being sold on the dark web, and it's got everything. I mean, it's got everything that you would normally have breached, but also your genetic markers, your ancestry stuff, data, Who's looked at it? Who's looked at the health data? Not, I mean, of your family. They're not going to reveal themselves in the dark web. So with that, they could learn about your genealogy and possibly use that information, help commit fraud somehow. Don't ask me how. I don't understand how that all works. So how to remove this from the dark web? It's a lot more complicated. But there is a site called Malware Bytes. Malware, BYTES. So you can go to malwarebytes.com and they will help walk you through some of this. But before you even do that, you can go in to your 23andMe, change your password, because if you haven't been changing your password, then that's on you. Choose a strong password and then enable two-factor authentication. This is if you've been breached. In fact, if you want to keep it in there, which I think is crazy. Why would you want to keep your information? But just in case. And watch out for fake vendors. There may be thieves. They may contact you still because they've got your data, posing as 23andMe. So you've just got to really be on alert because they've already got the goods on you, and so they're trying to verify everything and then probably run a scam on you, doing a phishing thing. Then watch out for, then take your time. Phishing attacks often impersonate people or brands as everybody knows that. They use themes like urgent, act now. Right. That is
pay now.
Right. That's the instant tip off. Yeah, for sure. Consider not storing your card details. Well, this could apply to anything, and set up identity monitoring. But I would suggest you go to malwarebytes.com.
Okay.
I am subscribed to it because of all the issues that I've had, and they're great. They're great. Anyway,
for somebody like you that minds their own business,
I know,
that doesn't run a huge company, you have been on the dark web.
I don't
it's
get
like,
it.
Why Lisa?
Right.
Like,
I have such a weird name. It's not like I'm, Jane Smith, where you could really go to town.
Yeah.
It just pisses me off.
I know. This whole tech thing is just crazy.
I know.
Well, I got 23andMe for a Christmas present. I don't know how many years ago.
Well, everybody was giving those out a few years ago. There was like a big push for it, and and it was a fun thing to do, or
it was
interesting.
fun to see. I'm part this, I'm part that.
Yeah,
and so
and really genetically your biomarkers to find out what you may be predisposed to have, or kind of what's in your family lineage. So it was helpful too.
So now I've got to talk to the gift givers, aka my children, because one of my daughters set the whole thing up. I'll be like, and she's really good with computers.
Good,
so
then have her
I'll
go
be
in
like,
and
you got to take this down.
Wipe that mother out.
So I was taking notes like crazy.
Good. Well, don't worry. I'll send you the article.
Okay.
I got this from the New York. Oh, by the way, I got this from NewYorkTimes.com. But also, excuse me, that was from Malware Bytes. This other thing that I looked up is from that. Anyway, go on.
Oh, that's it.
The New York Times. That's where I got the information. I should have credited.
That's a good
that
story.
Earlier. Yeah. The New York Times is where I got the information about adolescence. So I got to credit my source there.
Right.
The first thing we talked about, that sad story, the Adolescence, that Netflix show.
Right.
Anyway, so you had one more thing. Didn't you have something kind of fun and sort of silly, or
kind
I could have sworn you had one more thing.
Kind of silly, dumb.
Dumb is good. Let's close out with dumb.
But it's
good.
like,
we need that.
It's like, why do we have to have this in the world? It's like, why?
Oh boy.
Okay, I found this on Instagram. Frida is an ice cream company, and they make interesting flavors of ice cream, shall we say. The latest flavor that they came out with is called breast milk flavor. Ice cream coming soon.
Is this an April Fool's joke?
No, it's
we just
not.
Had April Fool's Day.
It's not. And I have a photograph of Frida's ice cream.
Get out.
And I was like, okay, why?
I've never heard of this brand. How do you spell that?
I haven't either. I think it's Frida. And I took a picture of it because I was like, who is going to be like, I'm craving breast milk ice cream. Like, I crave chocolate ice cream. I crave all these other things. But when you crave ice
32
cream.
32 flavors.
Exactly.
We just added breast milk.
I know.
Okay, I believe you. You don't have to
I will
find
it. But it's so crazy. Like, who's sitting there going, I've got a good flavor of ice cream.
Yeah,
was this for babies?
Where this company was based from?
I don't, but it wasn't AI. It wasn't a fake.
I don't even know what breast milk tastes like.
It was even on the Today Show.
Oh, God. A new breast milk flavored ice cream just made its birth.
Just made its birth. Oh, God.
Genius or gross?
Gross.
Gross. Yeah, that's an easy.
Yeah.
Who's buying this? Oh, it was on People too.
Babies.
Frida's
No.
new from Frida Baby. So
No,
maybe it's for babies.
Well, how do you flavor it though? Because everybody has different tasting breast milk. I would
Do
imagine.
they? I don't know.
I don't either.
Well, I guess yeah, because it would depend upon what you ate, right?
Right. So who decides on how to flavor it?
Like I wonder if you
Are
ate
all
a
these
lot
adults drinking breast milk to decide?
of.
Like how do you? Let's see how the makers are.
You know, I used to think that taste testing ice cream would have been one of my top tier favorite jobs ever.
Mm-hmm.
No longer.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, that would be a hilarious SNL. You've got like 10 adults in this room going, we're tasting new flavors of the ice cream.
Well, it's got a lot of good stuff in it. Omega-3
Oh,
fats.
so they're emulating it like breast milk, which has all
They're
those.
promoting it that way. Yeah.
Uh,
Iron, calcium,
yeah.
vitamin B and D, and zinc,
Oh, it sounds like a vitamin mix.
and a lot of water. I'm not sold. Oh, God. Well, do you have one more thing? I don't want to end on breast milk ice cream.
Okay.
I mean, it's not like the worst thing in the world, but
Oh yeah, I do.
It's
I have
too weird.
a hilarious thing now. I can't tell if this is AI or not. You might be able to.
I don't know. I don't. They're
That's
too
the
good.
problem with Instagram. We can't tell.
That's a problem with AI. Who knows?
Right. So this was so weird. I had to take pictures of it, and I took quite a few because I was like, "What?" It's like an oven.
Wait, this is okay. Oh my God. Oh my
Keep
God.
scrolling because
Okay.
I took like 4 different pictures.
Okay, this is wearing a toaster oven on. Oh, this is a Japanese invention. These guys do this shit all the time.
Oh my God.
They make these crazy inventions that are so fun.
I
Okay,
know.
she's got a toaster oven on her head and it looks like she's got chicken fingers or shrimp fried batter
It's like
fried
a helmet,
shrimp.
though. It fits to their head.
It's like wearing a motorcycle helmet,
Mm-hmm.
but you can see into it and it's a toaster oven. It's keeping her snacks warm.
Right. So you could be walking down the street going, "Oh, I think I'll have a snack."
So then you lift up the top that's on your head and you say,
Yeah.
nachos. Nom, nom, nom. Oh my
Right.
God. Okay.
I
Oh,
just thought it was
yeah.
hilarious. I thought and we'll share it because it's like, what next? Why?
I used to have a book called 101 Useless Japanese Inventions. I hope I didn't get rid of it, but it was
Yes.
really funny and a lot of stuff just like this and really ingenious stuff,
Yeah.
like funny, silly stuff where you'd say, nobody's going to do this. Nobody's going to buy this. But wow, they really did think of something kooky out there. And then you have to admire that creativity, even if
Right.
it's not practical.
You do have to admire it. It's
You
like,
know?
okay.
Oh, wow.
So,
Okay,
Okay,
well,
we can end on that.
I'm spent.
Okay, good.
I'm absolutely spent.
I'm spent too.
Yeah, and I want to get to that incredible rest of the bottle of the wine that you bought.
You
So
dig in.
happy 100th podcast to Holly and me,
Yay.
and yay us.
Yay us and yay for finding out by
And-
accident.
Yeah, do you want to name your friend or no?
Yes, Rob.
Thank you, Rob.
And I'm going to give a shout out to Inside Home in Chicago on Chicago Avenue. It's a totally cool store. It's a design store, studio, and they have great accessories for the home.
Oh, fabulous! I want to go there, and even just to give him a hug and say
Yeah.
thank you for noticing.
Yes.
All right.
Exactly. Okay.
Thanks
well,
for listening. Give us a rating and a review, and we'll be your best friend forever.
Okay.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Harvey. Ladies Who Question is executive produced and edited by me, Lisa Dominique, and also executive produced by Holly Caulfield. Holly also does most of our research, and Claire Caulfield is in charge of technical assistance and social media. Music, My Lionheart. Sketch music by Florian Manx and Matthew Anderson. Thanks for listening. Please subscribe, follow, rate, and review Ladies Who Question on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts. Send your thoughts to ladieswhoquestion@gmail.com. Follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Threads, and our website, ladieswhoquestion.com.
All content discussed on Ladies Who Question are the opinions of Lisa Dominique and Holly Caulfield and should not be construed as advice of any kind. By listening to this podcast, you agree not to use this podcast as advice of any personal or medical issue for yourself or others. This disclaimer also applies to guests or contributors to the podcast.